Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. I'm not too sure how the wind is going to be, so if it's muffled, I'll type it out what I want to say in regards to this. We've got Legend out, and Legend is being layered into the collar. And I was going out to the park, and it was not working out because it's not conducive. There's too many distractions. There's the smell of the ground, there's kids kicking soccer balls, and it's not conducive to trying to layer in the collar and be fair. I'm not using it as a punishment tool. I'm trying to teach the dog to turn off the collar. So we need low areas, neutral lab, right? So the dog's more used to this area. So this is its neutral lab, right? So I'll get more productive working here instead of trying to fight the frustration and take this to a punishment, which is not what we're trying to do right now at all, right? We don't want to make it a higher level that's a correction because the dog doesn't understand the tool yet. We're trying to teach the dog to turn it off. So I need releases. Yep, you go freehand. You go freehand. Go. Yep. Good boy, good. I've got pockets, balls in my pockets. I want to end on a positive. Good boy. You go freehand. You go freehand. Nope. All right, Legend. Good boy. Good boy. Legend. Up, up. Good boy. Good. Down. Good. Good. Yep. Good boy. Legend. Up, up. Good boy. Good. Down. Good. Yep. Good boy. Good. There we go. So remember what I said, we were doing a three-way turnoff. So the first one was to call the dog back to me on a release. When the dog was out doing its own thing, a little bit distracted, say the dog's name, hit the button at the same time. As soon as it turns around to me, let go of the button, a lot of positive, a lot of food. So then what we do is we push the dog away from us. Keep in mind, these are commands and things the dog already knows to the point where it's so well ingrained in their head they should respond anyway, because I've been doing it with long line, I've been doing all this stuff. Now in this regards, I'm going to that table. And that table is something that it knows very, very well, and I'm asking the dog to just jump on it. So the button goes on right when I say the dog's name, and I push him towards the table with my command, and right when he touches it, the button goes away. So the dog is learning to have, you're giving the power to the dog, they're learning to turn off the collar. Legend, up, good boy, good, down, good. And remember what I told you, stay, every day is different. So I didn't really check the level of the collar in regards to its working level right now, and what I got was I put it on a 6, and I thought that wouldn't be a bad thing. Well, I got a little bit of a yelp out of the dog. Right away it tells you you're too high, bring it down. So now I'm on a 5, and that might have also been from being startled, and Legend is a notorious sissy. You barely touch him and he goes, ah! So it's something I'm already aware of, but we still want to be conscientious of the fact that we want to be on the lowest level. We just want the dog to feel it and get the idea of what we're trying to convey to the dog. We're trying to teach the dog that when it complies with a command that it already knows, that the button goes away. And so it's getting the power because it's turning off the collar. And we do this with 3 things that are very well known to the dog. This table is one of those things. Recalling the dog is something I've been doing since I got the dog back. It has a release word and then a recall to me is one of my standard things that I start with all the dogs. I do a lot of that. So the dog knows this command already. And as soon as it hears its name, it turns around and it sees the positive with the food and my body language, and then right away I let go of the button. So I'm saying, yes, this is the right answer, right? Same thing here. It's hot and cold. The dog is on a very low stimulation. You can feel it. And right as it touches that table, it goes away. It's a very easy thing to be able to convey the thought to the dog. And the last one we'll do is we'll push the dog away too into this crate. And the crate command is another one. I said kennel when the dog kennels up, right? He's very used to going into that kennel. It's a very secure spot. He's very used to diving in there, right? So I can do the same thing. Button goes on right when I start pushing the dog that way with the command, and it goes away right when he touches that different plastic. The plastic's going to be different. If I do it out in the park, there's grass, there's a difference in surface, right? That's what's important. All right. Thank you much. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that chatter, and then you get the idea of what we're trying to do. And the next time we come in, we'll show you going into the crate. And so there's 1 that we call the back dog back, and then 2, we're pushing the dog away. We're doing just enough that the dog starts to understand that it's got the power to turn off that stimulation. Low stimulation. It's only on a 3 or 4. It barely tingles. The lowest level we can get that we know the dog can feel it and be conveyed the idea that it's getting rid of this feeling by complying with a command that it already knows. That's the first break-in. That's a layering in of the collar. You have to do that first, get the dog really familiar with it and comfortable with it before you can go up to the next levels. All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, signing off.